My first panel.
Yeah, so as a note of explanation, this was kind of thrown together last second, and I put it on the schedule, and then we no longer currently work together. We're mostly rolled off. Game's going to come out shortly. He texts me, and he's like, hey, are you doing a panel at MAGFest? I go to that every year. And I was like, oh, do you, want to be on it? And you were like,
Sure.
yeah. So what that means, though, I'll say this. He has a whole section in here. It's great. You're going to love it. He's probably not going to be doing a ton of talking prior to that because it wasn't developed with that in mind. But I want you to chime in every now and then with an exciting anecdote or be like, yeah. That's what's going to happen. Well, everyone, we're going to start now. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to this. This is some exclusive stuff, world reveal stuff here, folks. People of Note, a JRPG musical developed by Iridium Studios and published by Annapurna Interactive. You may know them from their work on Stray, the cat game, or one of my favorite games of all time, Outer Wilds, which absolutely, I see some nods in the crowd.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Is my game as good as Outer Wilds? That's a tall, tall order, but dang it, we're going to try. Who am I? I'm the creative director. I'm Jason Wishnov. I kind of have had two reasons you might know me. One, of course, as a video game developer. The other, I used to be a voice actor. I was Nocturne in League of Legends, but you might know me from a little game called Danganronpa. I am Byakuya Togami. That's me. And Ben, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ben. I'm an animator, and I was the 3D facial animator on People of Note.
All the musical numbers you see here today, this guy did the face.
All the faces.
All
if
the
you
faces.
see a face, I touched it.
Just gonna lean away here. All right, so the game. What is this? I've said several times a JRPG musical. That stands for Jason RPG, just so we're so clear about that. I'm not Japanese, but it is in that style of game. Classic Final Fantasies 7, 9, Chrono Cross. The World Ends With You, a big favorite of mine. And in terms of, I'm a little basic. I love Hamilton. It kind of largely inspired the game. As mentioned, Hadestown. Whatever your favorite musical is, just pretend that was one of the big inspirations for this game. I'm sure y'all have great taste there. What is this game? What is it going to play like? Inspired partially by Golden Sun, we have in-depth puzzle dungeons. These are not linear, basic dungeons. You are going to be solving puzzles as you go. We have dynamic and reactive battle music. We're going to get into that shortly. We have New Game Minus, which you might be confused. What is New Game Minus? When you start the game, I wanted this to be as accessible as possible, and you might be really interested in an interactive musical, but maybe not intense RPG combat or difficult mind-bending puzzles. When you start the game, you can just choose to turn those off. Be like, I don't want to fight. It's fine. Turn off battle, or you can turn off puzzles. It's totally fine. However you want to play this game, it is up to you. It is not for me, the developer, to tell the player how they want to enjoy the product.
Right, that's right.
I'm a big New Game Minus guy. Mm-hmm. And there are so many puns. In fact, at the end of this presentation, there's going to be a competition where you see if you can figure out the pun currently on the screen, and if you get it right, you have a chance to win a copy of this game. We're giving away 3 of them at the end. The vibes, of course, immaculate. Woo-hoo. The vibes of the game are so good. Moving on, this is just an art flex. This is not me. I'm not bragging here. This is the environment team. We're showing off some scenes from the game. That's all we're doing. Just 8 still screens here real quick. This is the pop city of Cordia. Look at that. Look at that stage. Incredible. What's up with this glowing fungus that may or may not pulse to the music? A crazy mountaintop. A beautiful EDM city scene from afar in the rain. Oh my gosh. The rock city of Durandus. You've seen all this. This is great. Yeah. The Lilting Green, a Celtic forest that you're going to visit. I cannot tell you what this is, but it looks cool. Now, real quick, I want to start this off. I want to talk about transparency is important to me. I want to talk about what I believe to be ethical generative AI usage, which is to say it does not exist. It's not real.
No.
I know. Yeah, I scared you, didn't I? No.
We got you.
Yes, this game was made by humans at every single point. No generative AI was used at any point, including even in the conceptual phase. No, these puns are ours, damn it. These puns are ours. When anyone tries to tell you that no, it has good uses in game dev, you yell at them. They're wrong. It's not true. All right. So this is, you may just like, what is this game really about? So this is the least interactive section. I'm just going to show you a trailer. I'm going to show you a trailer for the game so you can get a better look at it. It's about 2 minutes long, and then we're going to get into it. So please enjoy, if you haven't seen it, the 2-minute Under the Lights song clip and trailer for People of Note. Here we go. We should hear it Ooh, can we turn that up? Can we boost that volume?
Dials, I want to use it.
Yeah. Can we like get that guy? It's a little soft. Yeah, which there's a lot of knobs. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. Shout out to AV Ops, everyone. Yeah, it's coming out. This guy.
This guy. Oop. Into this guy. No.
It's gotta be perfect.
There we go.
Winning.
All right, we're gonna back it up. Welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. You're about to see the trailer. Sit.
Get ready for this. It's awesome.
Yep.
It's gotta be perfect. Winning noteworthy is how I get up there, Saren. How I make it.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better than this. I gotta go get it. I gotta put everything in. I'm treading water instead of getting stronger, and I don't know why. The hours I put in seem they're never enough. I just can't break through, but I can't just give up. I see it right there. I'll make it somehow, I swear. I wanna be under the lights. I wanna be thunder and lightning. I swear that I'll find what I need deep in me to be under the lights. Those people up there, there's no heart in their sound. They follow the blueprint. Guess that's enough for the crowds. They don't deserve their place, but should I learn what they did and be just like them? I can't find what I need.
You don't wanna take that shot.
I just can't seem to stay on key. I wanna be under the lights. I wanna discover inside me the voice that they hear when they look up and dream. I wanna be under the lights. Don't need any others beside me. I just need a chance and I'll make them believe. I could be under the lights.
I want you to clap specifically for his facial animation. Yes. It's good. It's very good.
Thank you. I had
very
a
good.
blast doing it. It was so much fun to do.
I don't know how to go to the next panel. We're just gonna manually go to the next panel. Oh god. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, exactly. All right, so that was the opening musical number, Under the Lights. It begins Cadence's journey. She wants to win Noteworthy, which is basically Eurovision. In the city of Popcordia, eventually she realizes she's going to need a little bit more, so she journeys to lands afar. Durandus, the city of rock, Lumina, the city of EDM, to form a band combining many different genres together, and we'll get into mashups in just a little bit. But even though the musical numbers are awesome, they're not particularly interactive. They happen about a 25-hour experience. You're going to see maybe 23 minutes-ish of musical number. What is the rest of the 25 hours? So I want to talk about the dynamic, reactive music that happens in the battle system. So we have two videos that kind of show this off. First, we're just going to listen. We're going to hear some cool stuff. I'll explain what's going on. Then we're going to see how it works within the battle system itself. Let's check out a scene from the game, which I need to full screen properly.
It's cool as hell.
Oh, we're going to back this up. Here we go. All right, we're here in Cordia at the Downtone station. We took the bass line to get here. We're checking out the Upscale. It's a fancy restaurant. Yeah, the moan is correct. We're heading to the sound test, where you can just freely mess around with all the music in the game. So obviously, we're going to look at combat, which is where the really dynamic stuff happens. And as you go through the game, you'll unlock them as you experience them for the first time. So we're going to start off here with the Synesthesian Deep. That's an EDM track, which is going to start playing about now. This is the bass EDM track. This is just absolutely when it starts. There's no special genre mix-in. We can control the crossfade time here, so we're going to start out just an instant, kind of 0-second crossfade time. We're going to instantly move them back and forth. And we're going to turn on, I don't know, rap EDM. Now that was a sudden shift, it didn't blend smoothly, but this is now rap combined with EDM. But let's increase that so we can hear it fade smoothly. We're gonna increase it to 102.5, so you should be able to listen. We're back to bass. We're going to turn on rock. You can now hear all the rock guitars come in. It's still got that EDM, but it's not just one genre you can mix in. You can add pop to it as well. This is now pop, rock, EDM. I believe. Yeah, that's the combination of it. You can turn rock off. Now we're just pop EDM. We can add more EDM. Yeah. Every single battle track in the game had to have 11 different individual compositions. Here's all of them. Here's pop, rock, and extra EDM of Synesthesia Deep. And you can play with this whenever you want. Let's switch it to the coral reef, the CHR. You get it. So this is pop. Let's add rap. I like this one. It's really nice. Yeah. I think we're gonna fade this off. Okay, so it's just how it works. And again, I'll talk about how many there were here in just a second. There are quite a few. I have some fun facts to share. I don't know how to move from the full screen YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so again, these are all individually composed. We're not just bringing up one layer or bringing down another. Our incredible dynamic artist, Jimmy Hinson, Big Giant Circles, if any of you guys know him. Yeah, we got some BGC fans. Yeah, this is all BGC. Everything you just heard is Big Giant Circles. He composed, so there's 12 individual tracks. Each needed 11 different versions. Then we have extra ones for different boss battles and a variety. There are 143 unique battle tracks in People of Note, which is like staggering.
That is crazy.
There were like 4 in Final Fantasy IX or something like that. I love Final Fantasy. I'm not trying to, please don't take that as me saying anything bad about it. That would be a record maybe, but I know that Final Fantasy XIV exists. And I know that that has way more. Speaking of, if you're a Final Fantasy XIV fan, Jason Charles Miller, who sings a lot of the biggest songs, Close in the Distance, the Shadowbringers themes, he is the composer for a lot of the musical numbers, including Under the Lights, the one that you just heard.
That's right, that's
Jason
right.
Charles Miller absolutely rocks. I did mention, yeah, we got GCM fans here too. 12 of those tracks were composed, but one of them was unfortunately in a deleted area, the half steps. It was like a rice patty thing. That area, unfortunately, we had to cut early, but we had the track. We did so much work on it. So we decided, I was like, we have one enemy from that area. It's a Kotomo dragon from the Japanese instrument Koto. So like one random late game side quest boss has its own like massive suite of music.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore here. If three-way and four-way mashups exist, which you probably think they do because you just heard one of them, those actually do come from stem combinatorics, so I'm not actually counting those as unique tracks. We do bring certain layers up and down there, but the main ones, of course, do not. All right, so you've heard the music. You see how it works, but how does it fade in with the actual battle system of People of Note? And that is what we are about to hear. We're going to start off in the 80s mansion. That's right. There is an 80s mansion. Yeah, it rocks. These enemies are not from this area. I removed them to prevent spoilers, but I do want to mention their names real quick. The one on the left and the right, I believe that is a liar wolf. I want to hear all the groans and then a hard rocker. Yeah. So Cadence here is just going to do the most basic thing you could do in any JRPG, which is an attack. We have that rhythm element. The more on beat you are, the more damage you're going to do. Fret here is often considered a support character. He's going to use Power Chord, which increases his and one other bandmate's defense. Cadence on the left has a little bit low HP, so we're going to boost her up a little bit. Now, Cynthia does a lot of damage in the right context. Their strongest ability is Pentatonic, which is great, but it costs 5 BP, which is more than we have. BP is the game's MP, but it tends to go up and down a lot more than most games. Not only that, but if we look at the bottom left of the screen, we can see the blank rectangle. That means this is the base 80s track. But coming up right next to it, the cyan version, that means that Cynthia's EDM, their style's coming up next turn. That's going to increase the power of all their abilities. So we're going to save Pentatonic for them. We just rested for Cynthia as these guys attack. Now it's EDM 80s. This means that everything Cynthia does is going to have extra damage. And you can see here, style active, plus 50%. That's going to be 50 to 64 damage. That's a lot. But Cynthia's our main damage dealer, and we want to line it up right. So Fret has an ability called 11 that we've leveled up twice. This increases the power of the next ability in the stanza. We'd love to use that, but we don't have 2 BP for Fret because we just used it last turn on Power Chord. what are we going to do? Luckily, we have one more ability in the mix for Cadence. One of our abilities' basic sort of utility is B-side. Rest gives you back 2BP, but B-side lets you grant 2BP to another bandmate. So we're going to use Cadence's B-side to give BP to Fred. That's going to allow Fred to use his support ability 11. And finally, that is going to set everything up for the perfect maximum strike for Cynthia. We check now, Pentatonic is up to 75 to 97 damage. That's probably going to be able to wipe out any of these enemies. Yeah, let's take out the Lyre Wolf B, why not? We're going to see the rhythm stuff here. All perfect, I don't know how I did it. Took him out in one shot. So you can see here how all these abilities kind of feed into each other, the strategic potential of setting up your particular loadout. But there's one more major feature. Oh, this is rock 80s. There's one more feature, and that is, of course, the mashups, really what the game is thematically all about. Now, just like in Limit Breaks, we have a mashup gauge. Each character has one. But filling up one is not enough. I just sort of used a debug to fill them all up. You need at least 2 characters with their mashup gauges filled to use a devastating mashup ability. Conveniently, I just filled everyone's up. So we're going to check what the top mashups are. We're looking at Warped Core. There's a lot. I'm so sorry. The others are Synth Pop and Rhythm and Blast, but Warped Core is just a really, really strong attack. You can see it's going to do 112 damage. It automatically also puts both styles into the musical background and powers up both of those characters. You saw this in the trailer, briefly. It's them doing their magical girl transformation sequence, as you do. And it's going to go ahead and absolutely wipe that guy out. No problem. That's kind of, I mean, that's just the basics. It gets pretty crazy, but I did not have time to go into all of it. I'm going to use a debug here to just put on Pop Rock EDM maybe for a second. I timed this out earlier. It'll come up in just a second. I just really like this one. There's no particular reason. I'm just putting it on. And that concludes the demonstration of People of Note's battle system. Woohoo! It is very Final Fantasy coded. But I guess we're talking in 2026, so let's use the proper terminology. It's Claire Obscure coded, I guess.
That's right, that's right.
Claire Obscure meets K-pop Demon Hunters is probably the best pitch I can give. You're like, yeah, hit every buzzword you can. All right, I'm going to turn it over to my boy here because it is time for the facial animation section.
That's
I want you to see exactly what goes into this stuff. Why don't you come on over here?
Yeah, move on. There we go. Okay, hello everybody. I am Ben. I was the 3D facial animator, as previously stated. I joined the project relatively late in its cycle. I mean, you were on it for so long.
Oh, God.
You started a long time ago. But I joined in, I want to say like last year, maybe.
It was 2024.
Was it 24?
I think it was
okay.
Like mid to late 24.
Yeah, mid to late 24, like May-ish. And the musical numbers, which is what I worked on primarily, were already like way into production. So I joined, they didn't have facial animation yet. And my main task was to give them face and to make the characters really come to life. And in addition to that, I also have a big technical background in rigging. So I had to upgrade and rebuild and redo some of those facial rigs as we went. And I mean, I was working on them the whole time. There's just some examples of how the facial rigs work after I got to them. So just a little bit there. So there were some challenges with our workflow because we did sort of build it that way.
It's my bad.
So I was given like full body animation, sometimes mostly done or in progress, and I would have to make a facial performance that felt cohesive but also fit all the characters. So it needed to not feel like two pieces stuck together. It needed to feel like one just cohesive performance. So that took a lot of prep for me. I studied, obviously, the body animation that was given to me. I asked a million questions to every single person on the team that knew anything that was relevant. Yeah. I would take a million notes. I studied the character art to see exactly like the range of the facial expressions as I was like adjusting the rigs. Just a lot of prep work for me. And then, of course, because the lip sync was so important, I recorded reference footage for myself for every single song.
Which you will get to see in just a moment.
You will see some of it, and when I recorded it, I never thought anyone would see it, so I thought that was just for me. Here we go. So this is what I was given. This is just the preface body animation.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better than this. I gotta go get it.
It's weird.
I gotta put everything in. I'm treading water instead of getting stronger, and I don't know why.
So I'm given that, and I'm told, put a face on it. So I'm like, okay. And I did everything that I said, and I recorded the reference, and here you go.
It's so good, you guys. It's so good.
Here you go.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better than this. I gotta go get it. I gotta put everything in. I'm treading water instead of getting stronger, and I don't know why.
Your Disney Princess Band! So good.
So that's that.
We're not done seeing those either, by the way.
No, there's a few more. But basically, I take that and I use that to inform my decisions with when I'm animating. Here's the final animation before lighting.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better than this. I gotta go get it. I gotta put everything in. I'm treading water instead of getting stronger, and I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow an improvement. Somehow an improvement, yeah. Now, you've seen Under the Lights before, but we have 2 more clips. These have never been heard. These are small bits of musical numbers that have never yet been shown to any human alive who was not on the team.
That's right. Two separate numbers, and have we shown the character at all yet?
Which character are we talking about?
The one that's next.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, new character. New character. All right, so we're gonna start with the clip, the animation.
She thinks she can take us, she's not even famous. What's her deal? We're gonna bring her down.
So real quick, that's Anthony, the head of Smolder, a boy band / mercenary group that chases you throughout the game. There are 4 of them. He is their leader.
Very fun to work with.
Now let's see his interpretation of what a boy band member should emote like during a musical number.
Get ready for this one.
She thinks she can take us, she's not even famous. What's her deal? We're gonna bring her down.
Yes! Yes! Let's go!
I hope you like that. And we've got one more.
It would be insane. It would be criminal to not give the boy band number their own musical number at the end of the game.
That's right.
Toward the end of the game.
And it's one of my favorites, so.
Oh, a mild trigger warning for men being hypocritical in this clip. Yeah, you'll see.
Girl, we were deeply problematic, and we want to recognize our contributions to hurtful norms that continue to plague society.
And we got to see the reference,
Yeah, we gotta see
right?
the
We got to see what I recorded alone.
Girl,
a lot of
we
me.
were deeply problematic, and we want to recognize our contributions to hurtful norms that continue to plague society.
What do you think, like, prepared you to be in a boy band, like, you know, like what game? Because, I mean, it was inspired. It was
Right.
You know, what experience? Are you like a Backstreet Boys dude, or?
I don't know.
I don't know how old you are, so
I just kind of felt like when I got the description from all the other artists on the team, I kind of just like embodied all the descriptive words that were given to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You nailed it. All right, we're gonna switch back now.
Yep. That's it for me.
Okay, it is now time for the glorious pun competition. Here is how it is going to work. We have 8 puns here. They will be visually represented. A lot of them are creatures, a couple of them aren't. If you think you know it and you're not guessing, this is the real deal. I want you to shoot your hand up as fast as you can. I'll pick the first person who I see. After we confirm that someone's gotten it right, we will reveal whether that pun has a silver star or a gold star. 3 of the 8 have gold stars. If it is a gold star, you win a copy of People of Note, or at least you'll gain access to it when, obviously, it unlocks on Steam. After the show, if you're one of the gold star winners, please come up to me. I will write down your contact information, and I will send you a code for the game. Does everyone understand how it works? All right, Ben, I want you to help me on this one. I want you to keep a close eye out. First person for hands up. You're going to call on them.
Got it.
All right. First one's coming up. Here we go. What is this? Right there, Donnie. That is an ocarina. That is correct. Well done. I know his name. That makes it seem rigged. Donnie does not know this pun. Unfortunately, Donnie, for you, that is a silver star.
Ooh.
So I am so sorry to say you do not win a copy of the game. All right. Next up. Here we go. Pun 2. Who's going to get it? This one's a little harder, by the way. What is that? I will give a clue. Oh, right there?
Right there.
Unfortunately, it is not. You do have the right animal, however. I saw... Who was
Yeah.
second? Yeah, it was
A
that
gray shirt in the
gentleman-
back,
that
yeah.
gentleman right there. That is a good guess, but it is not a didgeridoo, unfortunately. I think you were third. No, it is not a kangaloot. Not kangpipes.
In the back.
Not bagpipes. All right, I'm going to give you a clue. There. Oh, wait, right here. Oh, you're so close. You're so close. What is the name of a young kangaroo? Right there, right there, right there.
Yeah.
Banjoey is correct. Well done. And by the way, that's a gold star.
Oh!
Come
See
on
us
up to me
after.
after, and we'll get you a code. All right, 2 of 8 down. Pun 3. What in the heck is that? Right here. That. Oh wait, sorry. That's in. It's so close. Who was next? That was tough.
Yeah.
Bunch of hands went up there. I'm gonna say right here.
Yeah.
in the third row.
I think that's a good call.
Yes, it is an
Yeah.
accordion. It is an accordion. Which, by the way, I'm not a monster. You do get to pet. I will say, unfortunately, that is a silver star. So it is a good try. Thank you so much. Excellently done. Pun number 4. This is not an animal. This is kind of a concept. This might be a little harder, a little more abstract, and I'm going to help you out. On the right of the screen is a heart-shaped crescent moon. The other one is a heart-shaped sun. And you can see here it's moving. It's moving to coincide right there. That is a total eclipse of the heart! Well done. Do you remember the aforementioned 80s mansion? That is part of it. That is a silver star, though, I am sorry. There are still 2 gold stars remaining in these puns. Pun number 5. I actually don't remember what this one is, so we're just going to find out.
Let's see.
What is that? What is that? Right there. That is a weird owl. That is correct. Well done. That is a weird owl. And it's a gold star! I will ask the gold star winners to not further raise their hands, of course, but well done. Excellent. Well deserved. Pun number 6. What is that? What is that guy? It's kind of there's some woodwindy stuff along the length right there. It is not a flute worm, but I like where your head's at. Right there. It is an oboa. That is correct. That is an oboa. That is a silver star. Silver star. You've gotten 2 of them. I feel bad. You could have had a gold. All right, 2 left. One of these 2 is a gold star. Pun number 7. What is that? It says, please take, and there's a dove in the cage. Right there at the
right
end
there.
of the 5th row. Freebird is correct.
Yes!
Freebird. There's so many dumb puns in this game.
I love it.
However, I regret to inform you that that is a silver star. Well, but it kind of had to be because then you would know the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you know the last one is a gold star. So this next one, whoever gets it, is going to get.
Prepare yourselves. for
Prepare
this one.
yourselves. And I'll tell you right now, this one is going to be about speed. I think it's someone's going to get it quick. The final pun for a copy of People of Note. What the heck is that?
Right
Yes?
there.
That is a... Wait, sorry. One more time. Oh, not a harp angel. Great guess. Harpy is correct. It is a harpy from Celtic lore. And, of course,
Great job.
that is a gold star. Winner.
Winner.
Absolute winner. Well done.
Good job, Matt.
I will remind the 3 winners to come on up after, and we will get your information. All right, next up is the Q&A time, but before, I actually forgot a slide. Before the Q&A time, this is when I put on my puppy dog eyes. And I tell you right now that you should take out your phones, and you should go to Steam. It takes 7 seconds. You type in People of Note Steam. You go to that webpage, and you type, and you hit Add to Wish List. It means the world to independent developers like us. I'm actually very serious. There is actually no better way to kind of give your support to any developer. I mean, buying the game is probably the #1 way, but a wish list, like
helps.
Like it means a lot. Steam uses them as part of their algorithm to kind of like determine what games kind of get up there and shown. So it is much appreciated, and I can see people taking out their phones. Thank you so much. It does mean a lot to us. So thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause for that.
Thank you very much, for real.
So now it is QA time. We don't seem to have a mic, though, for people to ask questions. Is that one right there? Does that work? Who knows? We can maybe pass it around or something like that. Well, we do appreciate it. Again, clapping for AV.
Thank you.
Fair warning, questions exist that I cannot answer yet. If Annapurna is watching this in the future, hi Annapurna. Their PR team is probably like freaking out right now that they don't have anyone here to like prevent me from saying things. But I will do the best I can if I am allowed to ask. You can come up here, or we can send the mic to you.
Credit to this guy.
Credit to that guy. Yeah.
Credit to both.
So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and raise your hand right here in the front.
Would there be a deluxe edition you could buy? And if so, in the extras of that, could we have Ben's references? Can we please?
Are you willing to part with all of your reference videos?
Love that.
Oh my god. Did you show us those during like the stand-up or the show and tell?
No.
No, yeah, I don't remember
I didn't.
seeing them. I don't remember seeing them.
No.
I think it would be phenomenal to see.
I mean, I love where your head's at, and I support it fully. I don't believe we currently have a deluxe edition. The game is currently slated for Steam, PS5, and Xbox. Switch 2, who knows? Who knows? I can't say. I'm not allowed to say. Yeah, and I think we're not allowed to talk price point yet, but it'll be reasonable, I promise. Mm-hmm. And I think if you just, if you want that, just get his information. He'll send it to you. He'll just DM it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I love the question, and I also want all those videos. Actually, send me all those videos.
Yeah. Why not? It's already done.
So yeah, it's already out there.
Yeah,
it's already out there. They recorded it. They recorded it.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions about the upcoming JRPG musical, People of Note? We're here.
I'm kind of curious what inspired your idea for the combat in the game, because it's very unique, and I kind of like, I don't know, RPGs have so many different like takes on the combat system, and this feels very unique. I'm just curious as to what kind of inspired that.
Yeah. Of course. So I'm a huge fan of like turn-based combat in general. If it's a JRPG out there, I've probably played it. Obviously, at the very forefront, music had to come in. Everything has to be suffused with music. Something I briefly didn't talk about is that long kind of staff, that music staff at the bottom of the screen. The key thing that I wanted to integrate there is a time signature, but the way I wanted that to work was that the top number of the time signature is the number of actions you take, and then the bottom number is the number of actions the enemy takes. And what that meant was that, unlike most RPGs, I wanted the player to determine the order. In most RPGs, there's like a speed stat, and it just sort of happens automatically. But if you can choose the order, that gives you so many more strategic possibilities. Like you saw earlier, Fret's ability to give extra power to the next ability taken, that doesn't really work if they're just sort of coming up outside of your control. So giving players more freedom opens up more strategic options. And then, of course, I wanted the dynamic music. What does that mean? How do I incentivize that for the player? Oh, we just make that character, all of their abilities stronger. And then from there, you got to have a limit break. If you don't fill a bar, what are you even doing in life? And I was like, well, a mashup thematically, narratively is a huge part of the game because Cadence goes out and wants to, get other genres to mesh with her own. So reflecting that and having the battle and narrative sort of work together. The narrative and the battle system really were developed at the same time. On a lot of teams, the two people doing that tend to be very separate, and they don't necessarily always get to talk to each other. That wasn't a problem here since I did both. But yeah, like getting those two things to really support each other was something that I thought was really, really important. And yeah, there's a lot of like really, really crazy stuff that you can almost like I like systems if it's single player where you can like, oh, this is broken if you figure something out. There are opportunities to really break this wide open with the right combinations of song stones, which I didn't mention. They're basically materia. There's song stones and remix stones. You could, yeah, but yeah, for sure. Right there, middle of the 6th row.
Sorry to ask you a question about somebody else's games, but I'm going to do it. Have you all played any other games that are doing similar things? Like I've played Fretless recently. I know Keylocker.
Yeah, Fretless. I would have literally brought up Fretless and Keylocker.
Yeah, and Nocturne is coming out soon too.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I would always watch announcements and like look at video game trailers with a slight note of dread in my heart because I'm like, oh, someone's gonna do a musical. Someone's gonna do a musical. Another one, Billy Bust Up. If anyone has seen Billy Bust Up, it's another very musically focused kind of platformer. That one looks like a blast. Honestly, I think it's still in early access. The big one that came out a couple years ago was Stray Gods the musical, and Austin Wintory did the music for that one, and it had an all-star voice cast. That one was a little bit like I was like, oh no, someone beat us to the punch, but it's more of like an interactive visual novel, and it doesn't necessarily have the RPG elements. There are still so few games that capitalize on that musical nature that I really think at this point a rising tide lifts all boats. I love those games. I want them to succeed. I've purchased all of them. The more the better. I heard at the Magic Castle when I was there one time that there is a AA studio currently working on a musical. I can't say who it is because that's weird. But I'm glad that we sort of beat them to the market because I think if they had come out first, it might be an issue. But yeah, we beat those guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love musicals. I want more. I would love if this sort of kind of became a bigger thing. So absolutely. And those games rock, by the way. Check out Fretless, Keylocker, and Stray Gods if you can. Right here, 3rd row.
Are you dropping the soundtrack of this game along with the game itself?
Oh, we're dropping that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, we're dropping that soundtrack.
It's too good.
Though, let me illustrate a bit of a problem, and I still, we don't know how we're going to solve this. The musical numbers, of course, you put those on the soundtrack. The ambient tracks, like, when you're running around, of course you put those on the soundtrack. What do you do with the combat tracks? Because if I put every track on there, first of all, it might not fit if we're doing a physical printed vinyl release, but like, do you put 11 different versions of this? It's effectively the same song. It is just remixed versions of it. Players might not necessarily want to put all of those and hear them back to back. Maybe we say like, oh, you want the EDM versions of all these tracks, or do I do a curated or Big Giant Circles as a curated list? I don't actually know the answer to that question at this moment, but we are planning on releasing a soundtrack. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, over here.
I kind of a two-parter question.
Sure.
Are there any? I know you left, a bunch of music. Kind of. There's some music that you're scrapping because you scrapped that part of the game.
Yes.
Are there any kind of like mechanics or other things that you scrapped from the game? And what are the DLC plans or future plans for future games?
So PR would murder me if I talked about DLC plans currently. I love the question. I unfortunately can't talk about that, but I can talk about a scrapped mechanic. I hopefully I've convinced you that I give off Theater Kid energy. I hope that I have. But those who know me, Sax in the back, know that I love numbers. Big numbers guy, big math fan. There was originally a mechanic called Crescendo, where because you can pick the order of the characters, I made it so that if you committed your attacks in order of increasing damage, that at the end of the turn, you would end up getting a huge bonus if you were able to successfully stack them. So it's like, you might have a really great, strong attack, but it only works in, let's say, the first measure of the time signature of the stanza. So that means you couldn't use abilities like 11 that Fret used, which boosts the next one. And so you had to have this push and pull of like, well, where do I put that attack? Is it worth the crescendo bonus? Is it worth this? Is that? But like, as early playtesters very clearly pointed out to me, they're like, you're giving us math homework. Like, I know that you like it, but stop. So I did have to regretfully pull the crescendo mechanic in that sense. There are a few other things. You used to be able to hold a button and cause the style to change instantly, but that had a lot of weird knock-on effects, and it kind of made everything feel a little bit less impactful because you were changing the style of the music every like 3 seconds, and that came off as really weird. These types of battle systems, no matter how much of an idea you think you have in the beginning, it's all about iteration. You quickly see what isn't working, what feels annoying to players, and I don't need to tell any of the game devs in the audience here, like, there is no better way to make your game better than playtesting. Like, I don't care if you've only been working on it for a month and it's nothing but gray boxes. Put it in the hands of a friend. They will, assuming they're going to give you honest feedback, which hopefully they will. It's not that you should always listen to them. It's important also to have your creative vision, but like, it's like when you release a game, it's one of the most important exams in your life, and it turns out that everyone around you has the answers already, so you should ask them by giving them the game early. So, absolutely. So things have definitely changed as we've gone. Right back there, the gentleman in the plaid.
Hi. Person who you hang out with who's here in the audience.
What's up?
I actually was kind of hoping you could talk a little bit about your journey to like creating the game and you know getting the game with Annapurna and everything. I've known you for a long time, and I think it's an interesting story. Can you share a little bit with us?
All right.
It is a great story.
This is a wild story. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so when you have a game like this, I wanted to do a big musical, and you need, in my opinion, a certain level of fidelity of production value to kind of bring these musical numbers to life. I needed money to hire this guy, you know? To do that, I needed a funding source, and typically in the gaming industry, you go to a publisher. So I thought up my crazy musical idea, and I started going around town to anyone who would listen, and I got a lot of no's. I stopped counting at some point because it was depressing. I was over 50 for sure. Like, I saw so many conference rooms. It was sad. At one point, I pitched to Annapurna, who was a new publisher at the time. They had a reputation for doing very sort of artsy games, different stuff, and they were very interested in 2017. Ultimately, some back and forth occurred, and they had to say no. I don't blame them at all. I think it was just like the budget in the year. They had already filled up, things like that. I was pretty devastated at that time. I had been talking to them for months. It did not work out. But it was okay. I started pitching again, and then 2019 rolled around, and my family wanted to go on a vacation to Cuba. It had opened up recently. I think the Obama administration had opened up travel to Cuba for the first time, and I said, sure, why not? We were there in Cuba. We were on a bus tour. Bless you. And at the end of the bus tour, they were like, hey, this is the marketplace where you can buy 3 of the biggest Cuban goods. That's rum, cigars, and coffee. If you want any of that stuff, head on out. You have 15 minutes. Be back on the bus by then, or we're leaving you in Cuba. I sit on the bus for 10 minutes. I don't want any of those things. And then with 5 minutes left, I realized, wait, you can't. Cuban cigars are famous. You should go. I'll give them away as gifts. Like, I don't smoke, but like, I'll do that. So I run off. You have to do it.
Yeah.
I run off. I frantically buy cigars. I'm definitely ripped off because I have to do it really quick. I run back. The bus is pulling away. I like knock on the door and I barely get back on. I come back. I hit up my contact at Annapurna again. I say, hey, do you want any cigars? He goes, yeah, I love cigars. So hey, come on by. So I come back. I give him the cigars. He's really thankful. And he goes, hey, are you coming to the Donut County launch party tonight? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, well, you didn't invite me, so obviously not. But I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, you should swing by. And I'm like, great. So I run home, I change, I try and get nice, and I run out to Donut County. Ben Esposito, if anyone knows Ben, is an amazing developer. It's his game. Donut County, by the way, go play it. It's a great game. So I'm there, and I'm at the bar, and one of the guys is like, hey, man, like, whatever happened with People of Note, man? We really loved that game, but it just didn't work out. And I was like, well, you know, I've been working on it. I've been working on the script. And he goes, oh, did you finish the script? I was like, yeah. And he's like, dude, send it over, man. I'm like, I want to read it. And I was like, when people tell you in Los Angeles that they're gonna read your script, they're lying. They're like not gonna do it, or it'll take like 3 months. But a couple of days later, he's like, hey, man, I read your script. And I was like, whoa. And he's like, do you want to come back in? Like, we want to talk to you about it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So they come back, and I have to skip a few details here, unfortunately, but basically they were like, we want to give you another shot. We think this can work. We want you to work a little bit on the art style. If you can do that, it's going to be great. We're in. So I was like, okay. I reach out to an amazing artist, Chelsea Hash, if anyone knows Chelsea Hash, genius artist. Mm-hmm. She helped me find a unique visual style. Annapurna very much known for their visuals, so it was very important to them. We came back, and I gave a presentation I practiced this one for 3 hours maybe. I practiced that presentation for 100. I asked my friends, my neighbors I got to present to them, and I was like, I want you to be as rude and gross as possible. I want you to take a phone call in the middle of it. I want you to scoff and laugh. I want you to ask the rudest questions you can just to prepare for the worst case scenario. Annapurna, of course, didn't do any of that. They were lovely. To skip a few steps, eventually I got an email while I was driving. I was going to hang out with Erica Lindbeck in Burbank, actually, and I was on the 405, and it's like 60 miles per hour, and I see an email come in from Annapurna, and I start like shaking because they told me they probably weren't going to tell me for months. and I realized like I can't open this email now because whatever it is, yes or no, it's gonna be very emotional. I'm gonna die on the 405 freeway. I pull over at Mulholland Drive randomly. That was my next exit. I'm like, I just need to find a shoulder to pull over on. You have to drive for like 2 miles on Mulholland. It's one lane. You can't pull over at all. The whole time I'm like freaking out. Like this is like my whole future. Finally, I find a space in someone's driveway, which itself is risky. I shouldn't have done it, but I had to read it. I open the email, and essentially it's a yes. I break into tears, like instant crying. Like I've been doing, this is years at this point. Like I'd been pitching this game for almost 3 years. I cry for like 12 minutes in the car. I realized I was already late to meet Erica at Chili John's in Burbank. I kind of like try to pull myself together. I text her, I'm sorry, I'll be right there. Something happened. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I go there. I think I've got it all together. I calm down, and I go into Chili John's. And it's important to, Chili John's is one of those really old school restaurants where it's like a big U, like everyone sits at a big U, like a diner type of situation. So everyone's like looking at each other. And I go in, and I think I've got it all together emotionally, and I see Erica, and she just waves at me, and I instantly start bawling again. And she doesn't know the context. She thinks like someone has died, like something awful has occurred. And she's like, oh my God, what's wrong? Are you okay? And she's like hugging me, and I like can't get it out. I'm like, I can't fun. And she's like, what's wrong? Finally, I'm like, I got funded. And she's like, that's great. And I'm like, yeah, it's great. And I'm making a scene. Like everyone is like this at you should go to Chili John's. It's great. Anyway, yeah, that did change my life. I have spent a long time working on this game. It feels like my whole 30s now. It basically is. But I will say this to everyone in this crowd and anyone who's watching via that camera. This is my dream game. This is the game that if I got to show my 12-year-old self, he would be freaking out. And it means a lot. It means the world to me that I got to do it, that Annapurna gave me the chance. Hi, guys. And I'll always be thankful to them for that. To be able to make your dream game, I mean, we've all messed with RPG Maker. We've all played those games. And like for me to just get that opportunity is unbelievable. And I guess at the end of this, I really just want to give credit to who deserves it, which is, I wanted to say thanks, Obama.
Thank you.
For opening up Cuban tourism. Thanks, Obama. So that is the story of how this game got funded and eventually made. Good question, Sax.
Incredible question.
Great question. That's a tough one to follow up, but are there any other questions? Yes, we have one right here.
Okay, this is kind of out of left field. Do you know how a song from your last game ended up on Stranger Things?
Yes, I do. I do know. Yeah, I do know that.
I've been wanting to know that for 10 years now.
Yeah. So my last game was There Came an Echo. It was kind of a niche game. It was purely voice controlled. And this was back in like 2015, 2016, where that like wasn't that big of a thing yet. Also composed by Big Giant Circles, Jimmy Henson. I've worked with him several times. He is incredible. He made that track, and I loved it. It was called Outside the Realm originally, and it was part of the game where you sort of like broke into a different reality, and all kinds of crazy stuff happened. And we got Ashley Birch and Maluka to do like the humming in it. They basically just go like, yeah, but it's them.
Yeah.
And we released it, and the soundtrack was well received. Like people really loved the music, which it deserved to be loved. And then randomly, a Stranger Things executive or producer, I don't know exactly, he was just sort of in charge of all the music on it, was like, hey, we want to use this song. Do you have the rights for it? And I said, yeah, I do, but this one goes to Jimmy. Like, I believe firmly, like, when I can, like, giving ownership to the people who made the stuff. In that case, I was able to. So I was like, this one's Jimmy's, it's his, like, please, I'll loop him into this email, but it's up to him. He was a huge Stranger Things fan, so I think he should have negotiated harder, if I'm honest with you. I think he should have gone a little higher. Obviously, I'm not going to say the dollar amount, but I was like, come on, man, it's Netflix. Like, get a little money. But he loved it, and he thought it was so cool, so he was like, absolutely. And they put it was in season 2. I think it appeared twice. It was
I had no idea. I got to go back.
Episode 2 and episode 7.
Wow.
And I like to lie and tell people that I'm a Netflix music producer. No, it's not really accurate, but I like to. Yeah, I'm like, hey.
It's not totally wrong.
Yeah, it's not completely wrong, but it's mostly wrong. But yeah, that was really cool, and I got to like tell all my friends, like, oh, go check out Stranger Things. It's this scene. Like,
yeah.
I just thought it was super cool.
That's sweet.
But I mean, Jimmy, you've heard Jimmy's so good. Big Giant Circles is incredible. Like if you can go, support him on Bandcamp or listen to any of his other stuff. Glory Days is one of his albums that I absolutely love. Jimmy, if you're watching, what's up? Yeah, Jimmy rocks. So, yeah, good question. Nice research. That's like a Hot Ones question right there. Yeah, like researching Sean. Oh my gosh, you played Sequence, a.k.a. Before the Echo, because I'm not legally allowed to call it Sequence anymore? Yeah. Turns out there's a board game called Sequence, and they did not like me calling my video game Sequence. So I don't anymore, legally. Did I just say, can we bleep that word?
Yeah, we'll cut it. We'll cut
Yeah,
it.
we'll cut it. We'll cut it in post. Are there any other questions? Yes, right here, second row. You're going to need to run. You're good. Thank you so much, though.
So you've had some voice acting roles before.
Yes.
Can we expect to hear your voice in this game as well? Maybe even in a song?
I see you've asked the right question. I'll say this. We haven't revealed our voice cast yet. That's coming up soon. We will be releasing that soon, along with a new musical number. I will say I'm a good singer. Some people in here have heard me sing. I think I am good. Do I think that is good enough to be a main role in a musical number? I don't. I wanted the best that I could get. I wanted Broadway level talent, and I think we got it. Consequently, even though I am not a main role, I do voice some other characters who don't sing, and despite everything I just said, you will also hear me sing in the game. It has something to do with the end credits, which I will not specifically reveal, but I do sing in those.
Yes.
Have you seen the end credits?
I have heard the end credits.
You've heard them, yeah. And you're like, oh, God.
No, it's very good.
Don't look forward to that. But yes.
Oh, we're doing it.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Yes. Ninth row.
Hi. I'm
Hi.
guessing any physical releases would be through 8-bit. Can you comment on release proximity or likelihood?
I cannot yet, because I'll just tell you the truth, we have not locked that down yet. Usually it's like 8-bit or limited run would be the two options. I do know some folks at 8-bit. They're lovely people, at least the ones that I know. But I don't know anyone at limited run. If we do go through someone, I'd love to do them, but it could be either. And ultimately, it's probably up to Annapurna as far as what they want to pursue. I can't promise there will be. I would love a physical edition. I want it on my shelf so bad. But yeah, unfortunately, we're just not sure at this time. I wish I knew. Wish I knew that. That'd be cool. All right, any last questions? We are running out of time, too. Oh, we have one right back there. Let's make this our last one.
Hello, thank you very much. As a fellow game dev who is making a musical JRPG that's full of puns.
What? Whoa! Yo!
Okay, it lives on my laptop. That counts.
It does.
Can you tell me, would you tell me, should you tell me, one pun that didn't make it into this slideshow?
Oh my God, it's insane. All right.
It's rapid fire.
Yeah, I'll give you a few. So you saw the coral reef earlier. Of course, that's located in the larger region of the archipelago.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, your money's called, the currency of the game is called groove. At some point, someone steals it from you. You have to go get your groove back. That's directly stated. They share their music on YouTube. There's I said it somewhere, the legal department of Annapurna, they're like, hey, we need to run clearances. Can you send me all the puns in your game? And I was like, I can't. It's been too long and I've lost track of all of them. There's several sign shops in Cordia. There's Macaroon 5. There's a bakery. Florist in the Machine was one of them. They're all over the place. There's a lot of puns. But trust me, there's still many more mines to well, so I'm sure that you have plenty of amazing puns of your own.
The fact that we both called it rest makes me very, very happy.
Yes, it's got to be. Yeah, you're not defending, you're resting. That's that one we had to do it, right? There was no other option. What is it called, if I may ask?
So I'm proud of this one. It's called Arpeggio.
Okay, like RP, yeah, Arpeggio.
RPG.
Yeah, RPG, yeah. Let's go. All right, I think that is going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for coming out and checking out the game.
Thank you.
For the 3 people who were Gold Star winners, please come up. I'm going to get your information now, and everyone have a great MAGFest.
Woohoo! Thank you for coming.